Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today I'm very excited to talk to you about how you can boost your milk supply without spending any money, because we all know that babies are expensive. So I want to give you some hints and tips that will involve being able to increase your supply before you have to go out and spend any money. So hello there, my name is Maria and I'm the owner and founder of the New Mummy Company, and I've been working with mums and dads for over 20 years, so I'm excited to share some hints and tips on how you can boost your milk supply today. So first of all, my first tip is always to spend time with your baby right here in what we would call skin to skin or kangaroo care. So what you're going to do is you're going to take off all of your baby's clothes. You're going to place baby on your open chest. So if you have a bra on, that's fine, but that's all you want to have on. Ideally, take your bra off and let baby sit right in here. And for our males, we want to make sure that you are getting some skin to skin too. So place baby here. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're one of baby's carers, place baby here, but particularly when you're trying to increase your supply. Skin to skin is great for baby because it's going to regulate their body temperature and their blood sugars. But for those of you who are trying to build your supply, it's going to help that too. So place baby on your chest. Don't worry, baby's going to be just fine. They're not going to get cold. Your body temperature is going to help keep them warm, but if you are concerned, you can place a blanket over them or a muslin or anything just to keep you all warm and snuggy. The more skin to skin you can do, the more you will be able to boost your supply. And in addition to that, because baby is in such close proximity to the breast, baby will be able to smell the milk and will be able to tell you and make their way across and start to root as often and as frequently as they would like. So that's definitely the first one to go for. It can get overlooked, but it's definitely not one to be missed. Secondly is making sure that you're drinking enough. It's so easy to focus on baby rather than yourself. So any of the helpers in your home, make sure that you've told them that you need to stay hydrated and that they have jobs. It's a great job to give other children in your house because they can be involved in caring for baby too by bringing you some water. There are obviously lactation teas that you can drink as well, but good old-fashioned plain water is the best way to go. A sports bottle is a really great thing to have because you can do it one-handed. You can close the open spout with your mouth or your hand one-handed if you need to. That way then you're not worried about spilling it or having somewhere that you can reach to place it down. And it just means that it's accessible all the time. So every time you sit down to feed or pump, make sure that you've got a drink with you. The next thing is to make sure that you're eating enough. Again, baby's the priority, and baby gets all the care and attention that they so carefully deserve and need, but it's important that you are looking after yourself too. So make sure that snacks are readily available, make sure that meals are prepared in advance so that you never find yourself hungry and thinking, I don't have enough time to prepare and eat, I only have time to do one or the other. So stocking up your pantry with some snacks like granola bars, nuts, whatever you feel like is easy for you to grab, just make sure that it's there. Peanut butter on toast, peanut butter on some slices of banana or apple is great too, because again, who doesn't need some fiber after they've had a baby? If you can get anybody to help you with your meals, please do. If anybody of your friends or family or neighbors offers any help, say yes please and ask them to help you to prepare some snacks or some meals, and it really will go a long way towards helping you, because if you're not preparing those meals, it gives you more time to rest, and rest is my next suggestion. I know it's really hard to get rest when you have a teeny tiny baby and there's so much going on. But say no to some visitors, and it's okay to say no to them, so that you can prioritize your self-care. And I know it's hard to rest with a baby who's maybe not feeding so well, but if you can get some help so somebody can care for baby and you can get 1 or 2 undisturbed naps in throughout the day, it will make all the difference to you. So try and get as much rest as you can, and overnight be very protective of your sleep. So put away your cell phone, put away the computers, Put away Netflix, put away all of the stimulations that are out there, because it's so easy to say, oh, we'll just watch one more episode, baby's asleep, I'm resting. Well, you're resting, but you're not sleeping, and sleep is really, really key. When you're feeding, or if you're pumping, make sure that you're pumping and feeding on both sides. However, if baby is not inclined to want to go to one side, either because they have a favorite on one side, or they're just not really that hungry and so they won't go to the other side, then you should be pumping on the other side. It's a really good idea, if you are trying to increase your milk supply, to pump after you've fed your baby. The reason for this is because if baby is slow to feed on one side and hasn't gone to the other side, this side has had a little bit of stimulation, but this side hasn't had any, and maybe this side hasn't had quite enough stimulation to be able to build your supply. I would suggest pumping after you've fed, even if you're getting very little or no output. And the reason to continue pumping is because what that does is it sends a signal to the brain that says, we didn't produce enough. There was a need, but we didn't produce. And little by little, those signals will get sent up, and your body will slowly start to resolve those issues and start to produce more milk. So yes, I know it can be a little difficult, and it is soul destroying not to see anything coming, but here's my next tip. Switch off. Turn on the pump and switch off. Find the most funny show that you can watch on TV. Put on your headset and call a best friend. Call your mom. Have something that will distract you. You can do anything to make sure that you're not sitting there and staring, because it is really soul destroying not to see it coming. So don't look, don't watch. And the other thing is, you don't need to pump for very long. Set a timer for 15 minutes. That's all you need. Maximum 15 minutes will give the stimulation that you need to be able to empty the breast of what is there, and making sure that you're not getting too tired or not getting despondent if you're not seeing enough. It is going to take a couple of days before you're going to see an increase in your output. So just hang in there and you will see an increase in your supply. When you're pumping, it's a really great idea to have baby in close proximity to you, because again, everything that you're doing with breastfeeding and pumping is all hormonal. And if your body can buy into the fact that you're producing this milk for your baby, even though your baby isn't attached to you, it will really help to get everything going. Now, there are going to be a number of reasons as to why you can't pump with your baby. One is the pump might wake them. Two, your baby might be in hospital or in the NICU, and so it's not obviously possible to pump with them all of the time. So what you can do is get a digital photo frame if you happen to have one, or just get some pictures printed so that you can actually look at your baby. You can think about your baby. You can think about what you're producing, the goodness that you're producing for your baby, and look at those pictures. And the other thing you can do, if you happen to have it handy, is to grab one of their onesies that they just took off out of the laundry and get a really good big deep inhale of what they smell like. Babies smell the best ever, so babies are always going to smell good, but again, it's going to help work on that hormone to get everything going, to be able to stimulate, to get that milk flowing. If after you've pumped you still feel that there is milk inside, it may well be that the pump that you're using, the breast shields or the breast flanges, are not suited to your size. And so what it means is that you might need to get sized so that using the correct breast shield, because that's a common mistake that people will often make, because they're using the standard size that came with their pump and they don't actually realize that there are different sizes available. If for the meantime you have milk and you are either using the correct size or not, and you still feel like you have milk inside, then you can start to hand express. If you really feel like there is a lot of milk in there, then I would suggest getting a different size breast shield and getting that looked at, because it's going to make all the difference to you. But hand pumping after you've finished using your electric double pump is going to make all the difference. Yes, this is a little bit of work, but if you are trying to build your supply, once you've built your supply, then you shouldn't be needing to continue to hand express after feeding and after pumping. But right now, I know that you're going to want to do absolutely anything you can to be able to build your supply. So using your hands, you can gently express to remove any last remaining milk. I'm not going to cover hand expressing here. That's going to be a separate video that would be needed. But there are lots of information on hand expressing, and if you need to get additional support, then lactation consultants or the nurses in the hospital will be able to help you with that. Now, I did say that we would talk about all the things that were cost-free, but something that's almost cost-free is a homemade lactation cookie. And that is something that you can make yourself. Usually the ingredients are of a base of oatmeal, and usually you'll find some brewer's yeast or some fenugreek thrown in there. They might not taste the best depending on what ingredients you use, so do a little bit of research on that. There are lots of lactation cookies on the market that you can purchase, or the lactation cookie mixes that you can make yourself at home. So you can look them up and see what would work best for you. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, there are lactation teas. So in terms of all of those kind of things, we'll cover that in more detail in another video. But for now, I just wanted to focus on all of the things that you can do at home that are not going to cost you anything. So I hope that you found this information helpful, and I hope it'll give you that little boost to know that you're doing absolutely everything you can to be able to boost your supply. You're not alone. There are so many people who go through this and struggle in the early days to be able to get their supply up. If you feel there's something more at play, it could be medical, it could be as a result of something that's an underlying condition, then really I would advise speaking to a healthcare professional or a lactation consultant so that you can get this resolved and you can boost your supply in what is needed. And I hope that you found this helpful. I would love to know if it's been able to help you. So do leave a comment down below and let us know if this is helpful for you. If you like the kind of information that we're providing you with, then please do hit that subscribe button. And if you've liked the content from today and you find that it was useful, hit the like button too. All of your comments, all of your feedback are really welcome. And we'll be bringing you more videos every single Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern. So we will be back with another video very soon. And until then, good luck with your breastfeeding journey.